welcome to Multilo. Let's dive in. Last time we saw autocomplete in action. This time the settings that control it. There's a toggle up here to turn autocomplete on and a small panel of settings beside it. There are more options in here than you'd expect, and a couple genuinely change the output. The first thing worth knowing here isn't a setting at all, it's that Multilo already knows where you are. It reads which section your cursor is sitting in. So if you're writing up in the abstract and you ask for a suggestion there, you'll notice it doesn't add a citation. And that's deliberate, not a bug. Abstracts don't normally carry citations. Move down into the introduction and suggestions come back cited. It's reading the heading above your cursor and adapting to it without you telling it anything. A small thing, but it's the difference between a tool that understands academic writing and one that doesn't. And you can override that behavior whenever you like. The citation setting gives you 3 choices for the section you're in: default, always, or never. Never means suggestions arrive with no citation attached at all. Always means every single sentence gets 1. Next is suggestion depth, and this is the one I pay attention to. Fast is the default, and honestly, it's good enough a lot of the time. Deep does more work. Before it answers, it looks at the papers that come back, compares them against each other, and picks the best support for your sentence. Notice what it says underneath. Deep is grounded on your document, your library, and the web. And it only runs when you explicitly ask for it, with the suggest button or Control-Shift space. So it isn't quietly running deep searches while you type. I'd use deep whenever the citation genuinely matters and you want the strongest source. And fast when you're drafting quickly and you just want momentum. The trade is a few extra seconds for a noticeably better source. Worth it, in my view, for anything going into a paper. Then there's where the citations actually come from. This Library plus Web is the default. It draws on your own papers and on open access literature from the web. Library only restricts it strictly to the papers you've imported, which is the right choice when you want everything grounded in a reading list you vetted yourself. And either way, this is one more reason to get your papers into the library first. The better your library, the better everything above it works. It is the foundation the rest of these settings sit on. Next, you can choose the model that generates your suggestions. Open that drop down and there's a proper list to choose from. GPT models, Claude models, and Gemini. People have genuinely different preferences here. Some find one model writes better academic prose than another. Whatever you pick is remembered and used for every suggestion from that point on. And so if you have a favorite model for writing, set it once and forget it. It's a small setting that quietly changes the character of everything it writes. And finally, the one I'd least want you to skip, paper context. Click Edit Paper Context, and Multilo shows you what it already believes about your paper, what it's called, what field it's in, and the main question it answers. And it hasn't asked you to type any of that. It's pulled it from your title, your abstract, and your text. Just confirm or correct it, and that context sharpens every suggestion from then on. And that's it. Happy writing. Subscribe for more Multilo tutorials, and we'll see you in the next one.